Welcome, I'm Robin. This is week 3 of Peaceful Strength, and today we're going to get into some twists and binds, putting it all together from this week with Bird of Paradise and maybe the twisted version as well. So we're going to get started in a comfortable seat. If you have some blocks, you can grab those, or a cushion just to sit. You might also want them for the standing work, and a strap or a yoga belt, a yoga strap, or a long towel, something that you can hold on to if possible. And you can sit cross-legged. I'm going to sit in Virasana. So I'm going to place the block in between my shins. Then I got a gentle stretch in the front of my legs and a stretch for my ankles. All of my toenails are on the mat, the tops of my feet. You can sit in between without a block if that works for your body, or you can sit on your heels or place a block there. So squeeze into the block with your shins if there's a block there. Lift up through the crown of your head and close your eyes. Starting to ground down. Noticing the natural placement of your hands. Palms down for more grounding. Palms up if you would like some more energy. Just noticing the natural rhythm of your breath. As you start to take deeper breaths, in and out through your nose if that's comfortable today. And with your eyes still closed or soft, take your hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra, and set an intention for your practice. This can be a word, a phrase, it could be a dedication. Take a deep breath in and a complete exhale. Good. And release your hands. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Lower your right arm down. Take a side bend. Maybe look up. Wiggle your fingers. Anchor both sitting bones down. And come back to center. Reach up and switch. Feeling a nice stretch in the side body. And then inhale, come back up. Maybe look up and touch your hands and draw them down to your heart. Good. Take one hand, one forearm on top of the other and lift your arms up so that your head goes through the bunny hole. Pulling up, opening up through your shoulders without forcing it. And breathing. And then lower your arms down, switch which forearm is on top, and lift up again. And then lower your forearms down. Good. Shake it out. You roll your shoulders one way and then the other. We're going to take a twist. Take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh, your right hand behind your back. Sit up tall and turn and twist. And then inhale back to center and switch, finding the length in your spine and then maybe spiraling to the left. Your head going last. So you're twisting from above your navel, feeling your ribs and your shoulders, and maybe your head turn. And then inhale back to center and release. We're going to come to all fours. You can remove anything that you were sitting on out of the way. Stretch your fingers out, wrist creases lined up to the short end of your mat, your knees under your hips. Stretch your right leg back, shift forward and back, feeling a nice stretch in the back of your leg. And then with your shoulders over your wrists, scooping in your belly, squeeze your glutes, lift your leg up. Toes point down, spiraling your inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Maybe coming into a spinal balance, reaching your left arm by your ear. You can stay here or draw your elbow and knee to meet under your body, rounding your back. And inhale, stretch out. Again, exhale, round. Inhale, open, gaze straight down or a little in front. Exhale. And inhale, reach. Lower your left hand, your right knee. Maybe wiggle a little side to side or roll out through that right wrist. And we'll switch. Stretch your left leg back. Shift forward and back. Feeling a nice stretch in the bottom of your foot, your calf, your Achilles. And with your shoulders over your wrists, squeeze your glutes, pull your belly in, lift that leg up. Toes point down. Stay here or reach that right arm forward, spinal balance, palm to the midline, thumb up. Stay here or flex, elbow and knee crunches in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. One more exhale. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Lower your right hand, your left knee. Shift side to side. Roll out through your left wrist. And then tuck your toes, lift your knees, send your hips up and back, down dog. You can be still here or you can pedal out through your legs. Shaking your head. Widening through your sitting bones. You can keep as much bend in your knees as you need to get that long spine. Opening up through your shoulders, stretching out through the palms of your hands. One more breath. Good. And then roll forward to high plank, adjusting the distance if you need. Your head is in line with your spine. You're pressing the floor away, spreading the shoulders on the back body, scooping in the belly. Your feet are hip distance apart or even closer together. And you're breathing. You can always come to your knees here too. We're going to lower all the way to our belly. And you can come to your knees or you can lower, shift a little forward, lower chaturanga all the way down. Good. Your hands are by your ribs. The tops of your feet are on the mat. Scoop in your belly. And then peel your chest up for a little cobra. Neck nice and long. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, lift up. Maybe a little higher, opening up through the collarbones. Exhale, lower. One more inhale. You can stay low or you can press your arms into the floor. Open up through your chest. Maybe lift your thigh bones for up dog. Pulling your heart forward.
And then exhale, down dog. Big breath in. And big breath out. Another big breath in. And big breath out. Then inhale, lift your right leg up high behind you. And exhale, draw your knee in towards your nose, shift your shoulders over your wrist, lift that knee up and step it through. You can also take your hands to your blocks. So adjust the distance so your right knee is over your ankle. You're pulling your heart forward. We're going to take a twist here. Keep your left hand down on the mat or a block. Take your right hand to your right hip, turn and twist. You can lower the left knee down if that works better, or you can keep it up. Stacking your shoulders, opening up through your chest. Another inhale. And exhale, lower your hands down. Step back to plank. Lower down to your belly or to chaturanga. Inhale, open up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Other side, inhale, lift your left leg up. And exhale, draw your knee in towards your nose, shift your shoulders over your wrist, lift that knee up so you can step it through in between your hands. Good. You can tent up on your fingers or take your hands on your blocks. And then keep your right hand down. Take your left hand to your left hip, turn and twist to the left. Maybe lifting that left arm up and looking towards your fingers. Opening up wide through your chest. You have a strong right leg. Lifting that kneecap up away from the floor. Hugging your outer hips in. Another inhale. Exhale, lower that left hand down. Step back to plank. And go right to down dog or work on your arm strength. Lower down, chaturanga, tricep push-up. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Just notice how you're feeling. One more breath. Good. And we're going to do it again a little bit deeper. So inhale, lift your right leg up high behind you. On your exhale, draw your knee in towards your nose and step your foot through. Good. This time, lower your left knee to the mat, maybe pad it up. Take your right hand to your right hip. Start to reach that right hip back. Your left hand is on a block or on the mat. And start to turn and twist to the right. So you could stay here or lift that left arm up and take it to the outside, the pinky side edge of that front foot. Just seeing what that feels like. To have your left hand by your pinky toe. Maybe reach your right arm up. Or turn your palm to face the back behind you. So it's an internal rotation of your arm. Bend your elbow and place your hand on your low back. Peel your chest open. So a half bind. Whether your left hand is on the outside or the inside of that right foot. Another breath. And then unwind. Step back to plank. Go through your flow or go right to down dog. And then from down dog, we'll do the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up. On your exhale, draw your knee into your nose, shifting forward, stepping your foot through. You could always lower the back knee right away to help bring your foot through. So pause here and then lower that right knee. So setting it up, we're going to take your left hand to your left hip. You can start to turn and twist, and then you can keep your right hand on the inside of the foot, or for more of a challenge, lift it up and take it to the outside. Maybe it'll help to place your hand on something, a block or a book. You want your left knee over your ankle. Your hips still hugging in. And you can lift your left arm, your left arm up. Or you could turn your palm back, internal rotation. Bend at your elbow, place your hand on your low back or your sacrum. And peel your chest open to the sky. Another inhale. And exhale, unwind. This time step back to all fours and come to a seat. So you're going to bring the soles of your feet to the mat with your legs a little wide and grab your strap. All right, we're going to work on some binds here. So stretch your arms out to the side. Turn your palms, so your palms are down. Turn your palms behind you. So that's an internal rotation. Turn your palms up. That's an external rotation of your upper arms. Internal and external. Good. And then lower your arms down and shake it out. You're going to take your right arm, lift it up, turn your palm to the back so that you're spiraling. Take your right arm out, turn your palm to face back, internal rotation. Keep that and take it that right arm underneath your right leg. Closer to the knee than to your glutes. There's more space there. So see if you can get the elbow to go underneath your thigh. And then you're going to take your left arm out to the side. Same thing, internal rotation, palm back. Bend your elbow, take your hand to your low back for that half bind, or maybe start to wiggle and hold on. This is not working. Take your strap in your left hand and see if you can get it so that your right hand is also holding the strap and your left hand is holding the strap. And then as time goes on, you can wiggle them closer together. And you can take a little twist here as you keep your collarbones broad. And feel a little stretch in that right hip as well. One more breath. And then unwind and we'll switch it. Maybe let's take a windshield wiper to let that go. How'd it go? And then we'll do the other side. So you're going to take your left arm, turn your palm to face back, internally rotating, taking that arm underneath, as far under your thigh as you can get it. And then you're going to take your right arm out to the side, palm back, bend your elbow, maybe using the strap, and see if you can catch the strap with each hand. And then open up wide through your collarbones. And take a little twist. Sometimes we also do this from a yogi squat. We're just doing this from sitting down on our glutes. Breathing as you open up here. Reaching your hands towards one another. One more breath. And then unwind, shake it out, windshield wiper your legs. All right. We're going to start to flow before we put these pieces together. So come to down dog. Just keeping your props off to the side unless you want to place your hands on your blocks for down dog. Good. And then look forward to your hands and take little steps or hop forward. Take a half lift and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Big breath in. Exhale your hands through your heart to your sides. Good. Inhale, your arms reach up. Hold on to your left wrist. Take a side bend. And come back to center, side bend. Come back to center, goal post your arms, slightly lean back, scooping in that belly, lifting up through your pelvic floor muscles, opening up wide through your chest. Then inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, step or hop back to chaturanga or to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, building up some heat to warm up our muscles. Exhale, draw your knee in towards your nose, shoulders over your wrists. Step your foot through, adjusting the distance in between your feet, right knee over your right ankle. To inhale, come up to your thigh, maybe to your hips. Maybe you're reaching your arms up, high lunge. Strong through that back leg. You could put a bend in your knee to lengthen your tailbone and then straighten it. Feeling your quadricep muscles. Finding your balance. Take another inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Heel to arch alignment. Pressing into the pinky side edge of your back foot. Softening your shoulders and looking over your right fingertips. This right thigh is externally rotating. You should be able to see your big toe if you look down. Good. And flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Hands down to the mat, lift up your back heel, step back to plank, go through your flow or not. You can always skip it and go right to down dog. Other side, inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, shoulders over your wrists. Step your foot through, adjusting the distance in between your feet widthwise and lengthwise. And then coming up to your left thigh, your hips, maybe reaching your arms up. You could put a bend in your back knee, lengthen your tailbone, hug in your low ribs, and then straighten that back leg. Find your balance. I'm looking straight ahead, but you can look up here to challenge your balance. Taking those slow, even breaths. Another inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Heel to arch alignment. Left knee still over your ankle. Stretching out through your arms, torso right up out of your pelvis. Opening up through that left hip now. Taking those slow, even breaths. All that leg work that we did this week. And then flip your front palm. Reverse your warrior. Hands down to the mat. Lift up your back heel. Step back plank. Lower down or skip it. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more big breath in. And big breath out. All right, adding on from there. Inhale, lift your right leg up high behind you, three-legged dog. On your exhale, draw your knee to your nose, shift your shoulders over your wrist, step your foot through. Good. And then inhale, come on up on your own time. Reaching up if that's possible. High lunge, crescent lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. This time you're going to take your right forearm to your right thigh and stretch your left arm up. We're coming into a half bind in our side angle. Turn your palm to the back, internally rotating at the shoulder, bending the elbow, opening up through your chest. Seeing what this feels like. And then if you can feel like you can go deeper, take that right arm, bring it down towards the floor on the inside of the foot. Turn your palm to face to the right side of your mat, internally rotating, and then see if you can wiggle to get your elbow underneath your thigh and find a clasp behind you by your right glute. And then peel your chest open. If that's not possible right now, stay with the half bind. Coming up higher, opening up through the chest. Another breath. And then inhale back, warrior two, reverse. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back and vinyasa. Other side, inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, shifting your shoulders forward. Stepping it through, setting it up, and rising up. Take another inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Good. Opening up through that left hip, anchoring that right leg down. And you're going to take your left forearm to your left thigh and your right arm up. And you could stay right here, opening up through that left hip, or you could take that half bind, internally rotating that right arm, taking it behind your back, and opening that right collarbone. Stay here or lower that left hand down towards the floor. Turn your palm towards your leg. And then maybe wiggle your hand underneath you. And opening up through your chest. Trying to keep that bend in your left knee. If it's too much, come back up. So there is a way to get to bird of paradise from here, from that bind, but we're going to do it a little bit different today. And then inhale, come on up, reverse your warrior. Hands down to the mat, lift up your back heel, step back plank, and flow. Just noticing how you feel in your body. One more breath. And then look forward to your hands and step or hop forward. Take a half lift and fold. Bend your knees, arms up, chair pose, lengthening your tailbone, pulling those low ribs in. Feeling your quads, weight in your heels. Another inhale. And exhale, stand. Good. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of balance work before we get to our main postures for today. So I'll turn towards you. You're going to shift notice your equal weight, samasthiti. Shift your weight into your left leg. Lift your right knee up. Lower it down. Switch. Lift your left knee up. Lower it down. All right, again. Lift your right knee up, pause, maybe hold on to the shin. You can take your left hand to your left hip or stretch it out to the side. Keep your hips nice and level, your gaze steady. And then open the leg to the right, squeezing that glute. And then inhale back to center and exhale, lower it down and switch. Weight comes into your right leg. Lift your left, hold on to the shin, maybe right hand to your hip. Standing up tall, not leaning back, pulling in your belly, standing up over that standing leg. And then when you're ready, open the leg to the left. Feeling that opening at the hip, finding your balance. Wobbles are fine. Training all those muscles of our body. And then inhale back to center and exhale, release and let it go. All right, so remember what we just did, because that is going to be our option if this doesn't work out. So grab your strap and stand with your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Bend at your hips, bend your knees, and come to a low squat position with wide legs, a king chair. All right, well, normally we reach our arms up, but we have the strap. So just like when we were on the mat sitting on our bottom, we're going to take that right arm out to the side, turn the palm to face the back, and wiggle it underneath. You have to get really low here, underneath your right thigh bone by your knee. And then take your left arm out to the side, palm back, bend your elbow, holding onto the strap, and see if you can clasp your hands or grab the strap. From here, you're going to shift your weight, lift your heel. Just see what that's feeling like. And then maybe start to lift up all the way to bird of paradise. Opening up wide through the collarbones. So whether you're holding the strap or you have your hands clasped, it's fine. Maybe you're going to straighten, I can't do it right now. Maybe you're going to straighten that right leg. Standing up nice and tall, pressing that left foot down, and breathing. If this does not work, if you cannot come up off the floor, come up and hold on to the knee just like in the previous posture. Good. 2 more breaths, whichever version you're doing. And then lower the leg or lower all the way down and shake it out. All right, and then roll up with your strap if you're using it. And we'll do the other side. How was that? So take your feet a little bit wide, bend into your squat, feeling your quads, and take the strap into your right hand. Take your left arm out to the side, palm face back, internally rotating, and take your arm underneath your thigh bone, trying to get your elbow past, almost as if your shoulder is going to be going underneath your thigh. And then you can start to wiggle to take your hand towards your left hip. And take your right arm out to the side, internally rotating, with or without the strap. And then when you have the bind or the clasp, lift up that left foot, staying here for a few breaths, or just as we did in the previous days, start to come up, finding your balance, opening up through the collarbones, standing up nice and tall, maybe starting to straighten your left leg. And if this is not working, come back here. knowing that yoga is a process and it's a practice, and it doesn't have to come all at once, or you could get it one day and then it goes away and it's all fine. Connecting with your breath, finding your balance on and off the mat. And then slowly release. You can lower back down or just lower the leg and take a forward fold. Shaking out through your head. Keep your left hand down. Take your right hand to your right hip. Turn and twist to the right. Maybe reach the right arm up. You can put a bend in that left knee. And then lower and switch. The hand can just be on your hip or your low back, or it could stretch all the way up. Whatever happened, happened. Your hand could also be on a block here. Being very kind with yourself and just knowing it'll take time. And then lower back down and roll all the way up to stand. So the other way of getting into bird of paradise is from the bind of side angle that we did, where you can use a strap here as well. You would step your back foot forward, and then you would be in the same position. You would lift up the heel and start to rise up, opening up through the collarbones. I find it's easier to do for the first time from the front of the mat in a squat, and then with time having it come from side angle, but maybe it'll come easier for you, so just check it out the next time you're in side angle. We're going to move on to the twisted version today, which is really difficult, so don't be too hard on yourself. Might not work for me either. All right, here we go. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Step your left foot back. Lower your left knee. Come up to your right thigh. All right, so we were in a twisted lunge before, so it's going to be very similar. You can use your props, your block, or your strap. So to get into the twisted version of bird of paradise, that left hand has to come to the pinky side edge of the foot. So you have to see what this feels like, if this is possible. And then reaching the right arm up, turning the palm to the back, bending at the elbow, finding that half bind, and then taking that left hand, snuggling it underneath your body to find a clasp. So if you have the clasp, then you can lift your back knee and see what that feels like. Pause here. And if this is okay and doable and you're still breathing, you could step your back foot forward. Lift up that right heel and lift all the way up into your twisted bird of paradise, maybe straightening your leg. Good. And then lowering back down and taking a forward fold or staying up. I'm going to do it on the other side, showing it with the strap. So inhale, take a half lift. This time step your right foot way back on your mat. Lower that right knee down. Come up to your left thigh. Scooping in your belly, lengthening your tailbone. We're going to take that twist. So you can stay here with your right hand on the inside, lifting your arm up or taking a half bind. This might be where you get to. Or you take your hand on the outside, the pinky side edge, lift your arm up, take the half bind. Or use the strap and hold on with each hand to the strap, opening up through your collarbones. If you found the bind with the strap or without, you can lift your back knee up so that you're in a revolved lunge. Stay here, or step your right foot forward, maybe taking 2 steps. Lift your left heel up, and then come up and straighten your leg, opening up through your chest. Now I'm not looking at you, unfortunately. Let's see what this feels like. And then nice and slow, you can go back down. You can always go back into the lunge and then unwind, or you could just come forward. Let's fold at the top of our mat. We made it. We did a lot of work today, binds and twists. Walk your heels out to the corner so that your heels are in, your toes are out, your feet are wide, maybe out to the edges of your mat. And then come into a yogi squat. So you can be up higher or you can come down lower. You can also use your blocks. If you have more in you, you could repeat what we did last week, crow pose. Or you can breathe here, opening up through your hips and your groin. Or maybe you want to do some more twists. So you can take that left arm out to the side, turn your palm back, take your tricep around that shin, take your other arm internally rotating behind your back and turn to the right. No pain in your knees. You can be up higher, you skip this part. You could be sitting on blocks here too. Or you could be in crow pose or twisted crow, which we haven't done yet, but if somebody wants to, leave a comment. Come back to center, let's switch. Stretch your right arm out to the side, internally rotating, taking your tricep in front of the shin, taking your left hand behind your back and twisting to the left. Slow and steady breaths. One more. And then unwind, come back to center and sit down or move your props out of the way. Coming to a seat and then lie all the way down on your back. We did a lot of hip flexion, so we're going to find some extension here. Bridge pose. Press into your feet, knees over ankles, lift your hips up, lower your hips down. Arms by your side. Lift your hips up, squeeze your glutes, lengthen your sitting bones towards your knees, lower back down. Again, lift up, maybe a little higher, hugging your inner thighs to the midline. Lower down. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift up, wide chest. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale, lift up and hold. You can hold on to the edges of your mat and snuggle your shoulders underneath you, or you can clasp your hands. Lots of space around your neck, reaching your ribs to the wall behind you. And then undo the clasp and slowly lower down, 1 vertebra at a time. Hug your knees into your chest. Keep your right knee hugging in. Extend your left leg long on the mat. Heel touches down. Feeling a nice stretch in the front of that left hip. And then take that right leg across your body, spine twist. Your right arm can reach out to the side. Both shoulders down. Feeling a nice stretch in the side of the hip. You can straighten the leg if you want. If it's too much to have the left leg straight, you can bend it. Inhale, come back to send your both knees into your chest and switch. Right leg long, feeling that nice stretch in the front of the hip. Toes point up towards the ceiling. And then take that left thigh across your body. Open up your left arm to the left. Maybe look to the left. You can use props here. Both of your shoulders are on the mat. And then slowly come back to send your knees into your chest. You could take a happy baby pose or any final postures, another twist, a figure four. You can reach your legs straight up or butterfly your legs. What do you need to complete your practice? Taking a few moments here to settle, to release, to let go. And then whenever you feel the call for Shavasana, you can straighten your legs, you can use your props, you can butterfly your legs. Or you can take your legs up the wall, if you're near a wall. You can press your head down, lift your shoulders up, and melt them down into the mat. You gently shake your head side to side. And just scan your body and see where you can let go. Slowly bring your awareness back into your body, or press pause if you want more time here. Invite small movements into your hands and feet. Maybe reaching your arms up over your head. And then hug your knees into your chest, giving yourself a warm hug, and roll to one side. Taking a moment to reflect, to connect back to your intention. And gently press yourself up to a seat. No rush. With your eyes still closed or soft. Sitting cross-legged, or if you prefer, the way we started in that Virasana pose, hero's pose. Take your hands to your heart. A lot of gratitude. Thank you so much for being here today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Leave me a note in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up. And I hope to see you for the next class.